why the hell Bron Breaker just took a complete clean win with one haluva kick? He didn't lose with at least three haluva kicks. He did not lose looking strong. He lost looking regular. And this is you have not been presenting this guy like he's regular. You've been presenting him like he's one of the next big things we need to watch out for. And you just had Sami Zayn humble him. That's crazy as hell to me. I don't know what's going on. I really felt like Bron Breakker, you should have just pulled the trigger. He should have just became Intercontinental Champion. If you're doing another match, you really dwindled his intensity. You dwindled that. You made him look regular. It took one haluva kick. Now, forget the fact that he lost. That's already bad enough. It wasn't no extra shenanigans. He didn't hurt himself during the match to make that make sense. We're looking at this guy that gives us like a Goldberg, Goldberg Scott Steiner vibe. He's literally a Steiner. He's a breed of a Steiner, but he's got Goldberg vibes. You don't get that anytime. I mean, why you not capitalizing on that? And I already feel like Sami Zayn's above the IC title at this point anyway. I feel like Sami Zayn should be fighting Damian Priest for the world title. He should be in the world title picture. I mean, honestly. I'm just not understanding why Bron Breakker can't just get that. Because now, okay, if we're doubling back, I don't know what you're really going to do to fix this, really. I don't know what damage control you can do, because this feels like Austin Theory again. And the Ryback. The Ryback effect on being this, where Ryback was a guy I felt like WWE should just pull the trigger with. In 2012, when he was really getting hot, I think he was a guy that should have just won, just to see what happens. And I think it probably would have actually got him over. It would have been crazy. And I think that's why it should have happened. It would have been crazy. Ryback win a world title, the WWE title that fast. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking the same thing. I feel like that with Bron Breakker. It's not the same level, but you get what I'm saying. Ryback, after that, never was the same. You gave him this killer-like mentality. When you do that, you kind of book yourself in a predicament where, how do you beat this person? So Ryback winning the WWE title at least that one time and CM Punk finding a way to cheat to get it back the next pay-per-view, nobody would have been mad about that because he had to cheat to beat him. But here we fast forward 12, 10, 11 years later, we got a guy that's like a Ryback, not really Ryback, but a Goldberg. So that all aligns back to Ryback because Ryback reminds us of Goldberg. So you get where I'm going with this. We fast forward, instead of him losing strong, if he was going to lose, you have him lose humbly. He just, that one, it's like Braun Strowman. It took, in 2017, him and Brock Lesnar, it took 1 F5 instead of at least 2, at least 3. It took 1 F5. And this dude, that build-up at that time, he took a German and got right back up. Nobody was doing that against Brock at that time. That's how I feel with Bron Breakker. I know Bron Breakker, I'm not comparing, but I'm just saying, Bron Breakker gave us a vibe of like a monster. You diminished that by him just losing humbly like that, bro. You just had this man pat him on the head type shit. Like, you know, try again, sport. That's how that loss felt, bro. It didn't feel like Bron Breakker didn't see it coming. You know, or like he at least ran to the pole, hit his head on the pole. Then you did it. That would make more sense. He just lost, and I just felt like, damn, he could at least lost with 2 hula kicks. He should have kicked out of that one because it would have made Bron Breakker look, whoa, damn, he kicked out. He didn't though. It was just like, wow, like And I'm not saying it buries him. It's just it diminishes his fear factor. I'm just saying, Sami Zayn is like basically a athletic Tommy Dreamer. He reminds me so much of Mick Foley and Tommy Dreamer. You feel bad for the guy. He's sympathetic. He can make you laugh. He can make you cry. He, you know what I'm saying? He's funny, like Mick Foley, like Tommy Dreamer. He can get you emotionally invested. It doesn't really look right, Tommy Dreamer having a competitive match with Taz. I'm just, like it doesn't really look right to Tommy Dreamer's character or Mick Foley's character having a competitive match with Mike Awesome. I just don't see that. And I'm not saying Sami Zayn should have got destroyed. I don't mind him having a decent match because that's what makes him different from Ryback and Goldberg. He can have a good match like in between of all his amazing gifts. It's okay he's not just squashing people. I really don't want him to squash Sami Zayn, but he definitely should have beat Sami Zayn though. I don't know. Like I really don't know where this goes from here. They could have a double back, and I'm saying though, with Sami Zayn, I'm at the point where I don't know. Because if they do have another match, hell, I thought Chad Gable was definitely about to win, and he didn't. And I feel like Chad Gable should have. Like, bro, you could have had Chad Gable be the Intercontinental Champion, and his first contender could have been Otis. It was a good story, but the climax was kind of, the way they kind of wrote it off a little bit for the time being is kind of fell kind of flat in my mind a little bit. Still a good story, but as far as Chad Gable Otis story, if he was the IC champ, I don't know. Because Chad Gable's doing amazing right now. But Sami Zayn is a killer. And I just think the roles are reversed. I think it should be Bron Breaker should be the killer. Real quick. You're going to make us lose faith in Jey Uso. You're going to turn Jey Uso into the big mouth that can't get it done, bro. If Drew McIntyre was going to get screwed again by that bastard CM Punk screwing the man Drew McIntyre again, just another injustice after another. If all he was going to do is lose that Money in the Bank, you could have just gave it to Jey Uso, bro. That's all I'm saying. Jey Uso could have used it a lot more than Drew. I think you should have just gave it to Jey Uso, man. Because he needs to win something. I'm confused. What they might win the War Games if they haven't won. That might be it. But that just takes him right back to the whole he need the bloodline to even be hot. Because you're not doing him really no favors as a main event Jey Uso. Come on now. You're not really doing him no favors as a singles guy. I'm not saying this really hurts him, but it kind of do. It kind of dwindles him, bro. Bron Breakker and Jey Uso, their stock tonight kind of took a turn. Especially Bron Breakker more than Jey Uso. Jey Uso might have one more chance. We might be willing to give him one more chance. Bron Breakker, though, far as his credibility and that killer vibe, that's just dead, bro. I can't really see him getting that back. I mean, he can. There's ways to do it. I mean, he just probably had to beat the hell out of Sami Zayn with a steel chair or something. Or bloody him up, something like that. He'll have to up the ante. There's ways to get his killer vibe back, but I don't know. That match and the way it ended was just kind of bad. You can't unsee it. Speaking of Austin Theory, I was actually shocked. I know this ain't Money in the Bank, but I was actually shocked that they lost the tag titles DIY. Shouts out to them real quick. But I'm just kind of disappointed in Austin Theory on why Austin Theory is not it. Like, I mean, he was tag team champ, so it's not the fact he's not being used. I can't say that. But I just felt like him and Bron Breaker should be like a marquee match. I'm just saying. But what else happened on this Money in the Bank? Tiffy time. I'm not mad at that at all. I notice I don't mention her a lot, and I think Tiffany Stratton is really good. She's dope. She deserves her spot. If she's gonna win her cash in, I think she's gonna cash in on Nia Jax. I think that's exactly what's gonna happen. Um, yeah, she's gonna cash in on Nia Jax. So Tiffy time is cool. Although I was going for Chelsea Green, I love Chelsea Green a lot, but I knew she wasn't gonna win. But I just thought it'd been dope. I mean, hell, it was dope that she was even in the ladder match. Zoe Stark got fucked up, bro. I hope she's okay. I hope she don't got a concussion and all that other shit. But I am not gonna lie. I was fucking weak when I see that shit. I was in tears when I see that. I was like, what in the fucking world is she doing? Like, I was thinking, like, is she just gonna do the Eddie Guerrero, just flip over? You know what I'm saying? That probably been safer because it was so close to the rope. And I knew she was going for that thing. And I mean, nobody knew it was going to go that way. But maybe they should have thought it out because I hope she didn't give herself a concussion. She got fucked up in there. That women's Money in the Bank was better than the men's the way it ended. Chelsea Green went through the tables. The men's didn't even have tables. The women's was better than the men's Money in the Bank. That split leg, the ladder split DDT Naomi did. Yeah, it's a lot of good shit. A lot of good shit. And the right person won, unlike the men's Money in the Bank. The men's Money in the Bank was mid, and the wrong person won. You know, shouts out to Drew McIntyre. Period. Just adding shit to his accolades. So regardless, but the wrong person won. And what else happened? Oh, that 6-man was very mid, bro. That could have went on SmackDown. That should have been the first match, honestly. It should have ended with the Money in the Bank or something. So we could have just left that on, you know what I'm saying, on a cliffhanger. Who's the Money in the Bank winners? The women's should have been the main event, honestly. Because that 6-man tag match, the new Bloodline against Cody and Randy KO. Randy KO, and that could have been a SmackDown, bro. Come on, dude. That was a very mediocre match. That was no different than what a SmackDown match would have ended up being. The right people won though, but other than that, it should have been a street fight. It should have been something where you could do different shit because Jacob Fatu was extremely limited here. Like, he didn't do anything of note. Like, it's a lot of copy and paste, bro. I just felt like Solo, because it's like, come on now, Solo doing a spear. I know what he's doing a spear for, but it's the same thing with Jey Uso. We know what he's doing a spear for. So come on, bro. Bad enough all y'all do the super kick, all y'all do the hip attack, all y'all do the headbutts. And I never noticed this before, but like, bro, it's so many Samoan wrestlers that like, and especially in that match, Jacob Fatu and Solo was wrestling the exact same way. Jacob Fatu did the Whisper in the Wind, which was good to see, but that was it. Like, it wasn't no distinct difference really. It was a lot of brawling like Samoans do with the slaps and the chop slaps and shit, and a lot of super kicks, a lot of hip attacks, a lot of headbutts. It's like, bro, it was almost watching the same person in two different bodies. Jacob Fatu and Solo, honestly, it was like watching the same person. And then Tagaloa didn't really do anything. Not Tagaloa, Tamatanga, he didn't do anything really. You know, I don't know. That match was mid, bro. Overall, let me get on that. Damian Priest and Seth Rollins was actually good. That whole scenario, Drew added himself to it. That bastard CM Punk, he got more heat with Seth Rollins, because thanks to him, now he ain't gonna be able to challenge for the world title. So congratulations, Punk, being a Punk again. CM Punk's the man though, but still, uh, good match though. Good match. I'm still not sold on Damian Priest being a world champ, but I like where all this is going. It's telling a good story. So that was one of the decent highlights of the night with that. The women's Money in the Bank. The men's Money in the Bank was mid. Bron Breaker, Sami Zayn was the wrong decision. And that 6-man tag team match could have been on SmackDown. So this, if I'm gonna grade it, this was like a D plus. Honestly, it really didn't do nothing for me. Really, kind of basic. Wasn't just horrible, but it was basic. What do you guys think? We out.